Well, good morning, everybody. It's Leanne Greff with today's live video. Every Tuesday, 11 o'clock Central Time, I host a free class online on my Facebook page. So I do upload these videos to YouTube, so you can follow me there or on my Facebook page. So either way, you will see the videos and the free class. So I'm just going to get my laptop synced up so I can watch for comments and hopefully see them and answer your questions as you ask them. I get so focused on what I'm doing that it doesn't always happen. Oh, I'm having a little bit of trouble. What's happening here? Let me see. Looks like my internet was not connected. Hopefully. Well, let's try a new window. Okay, I got it. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me, spending your hour or less with me each time. I appreciate your loyalty. Let's see if I can adjust this just a little. That was worse. Hold on. Okay. That might be better. Okay, on my table here, I have what I posted yesterday on my blog, which is flowerbug.net. I shared where I added my tabs. So if any of you like to tab your catalogs, I do recommend the removable tabs you can get from office stores, because if you're not perfectly lined up and you're a little fussy like I am, you can move them without damaging your catalog. And the other thing I shared was, let's see, on page 22, I think they are, the templates that Stampin' Up! Added to this catalog. Right here, some crafty person created these and shared them with other demonstrators. And so my husband helped me print them 6:2 a page, so nice and big, and they have measurements. So if you want these, you can print them out. They are on my blog on, let's see, May 20th. So if you go to flowerbug.net and go to the May 20th blog, I can't remember what the name of the post is, but if you like to use templates, I call them sketches. They have them right here. Now remember, these are just a guideline. You can do them like this one. You could do it horizontally. You can change them up, and instead of like a banner, you could do a strip or points. Remember, they're just guidelines for your own creativity. So those are there. The tabs are listed with page numbers and what I labeled them as too. So you'll find that yesterday. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I just remembered I posted these today. The tabs were yesterday. These were on today's blog. So May 21st was when I posted those, if you're watching this later. Okay, let's get into Prize Patrol. So last week I said that I would be giving away a set of opaque adhesive back gems and some fun fold cards. So, oops, upside down. So these are card ideas. This one opens up, and I think I can do this if I do this. Has a purse inside for a gift card or some chocolate or whatever. Now I'll have to hide that again so I can get my slider down. This is a belly band. Here's a very simple fun fold card, kind of neat, just different. And then of course we have the inside pop-up card. So those are the prizes for sharing last week. These were for commenting. So the winners are Deb Wallace and Sherry Wilker. So thank you so much, gals, for commenting and sharing. Sherry received the gems and Deb received the cards. So I'll be sending them to them. I think I have their addresses. So thank you so much. I appreciate you helping me get the word out and maybe get some new followers on my blog. So this week's prizes are the pastel adhesive back sequins. This is a new package. And a package of, I'm going to open this one. This is the Brights designer paper from last year. So I think it might be missing one sheet of the green, but I think otherwise it's mostly all there. So this is the prize for sharing. So if you want to pass a free designer paper, go ahead and share with your friends, share on a group page, and let me know that you did share. All right, a couple updates on things. Oh, and wouldn't you know, I forgot to print out the free shipping. Today is free shipping on all orders over $75. So we love free shipping. That is one of our favorite things to do. I'm just gonna see if I can straighten that. It does drive me just a little bit crazy, as you know, if you follow my videos. So free shipping today. You know, if you're local, I'll be placing an order tonight. So let me know. You don't have to spend $75 when I combine it with other orders. You already placed an order, Lori. Good for you. You know, it can be a real big savings depending on how much you're ordering. So it's a great time to get those bundles that are new, the designer papers, the in colors, some of the new stamp sets, and it includes everything, clearance rack, online exclusives, everything. So, some were out of stock. Yeah, I'll be covering that earlier, Barb, or in a little bit here with the inventory status report. But yeah, you know, and I'm giving away a free tutorial for all orders and a free pre-cut card kit with tutorial to people who order over $50. Now, if you're ordering over $150, do not use a host code. But otherwise, if you're ordering, use one of these host codes, please, and you'll get a free card kit when you do that from me. So that helps me afford to give away prizes using a host code. Okay, so inventory status report. There are a few things out of stock. We've got some embellishments here, some ribbons and gems. And then our brayer is still out of stock. The Thoughtful Journey designer paper. That is gone, but only for another less than a week. So that'll be back. So this is the designer paper. It's so pretty. And I'm going to share some projects one of my team members made with that paper in just a little bit. The latte paper, and then the only one stamp set, but only a few weeks. Embossing folder, and that one's July 29th. So that one, they really must have run out quickly. And then our embossing powders will be here in a couple of weeks. So that is the current inventory status report. The best way to find out what is or isn't available is to go into the online store. It tells you if it's low inventory, it tells you if it's out of stock. It does not give you dates, which is why I do this for you. Demonstrators can have access to the inventory status report all the time, so we can tell what's low in stock and what's out of stock. So yeah, that's that. I want to give a little plug for our annual stamping and scrapbooking sale. That is going to be June 15th for anybody who wants to get amazing deals. We have a lot of sellers. They all price their own, so you'll see prices that are just plain old ridiculous in there, and then you'll see some that are a little bit higher. So it all depends on who's marking and pricing their items. It's at my house, in my driveway and garage, and it is jam-packed with stamping and scrapbooking products. It's not all Stampin' Up, so don't think it's all Stampin' Up. This is just people getting rid of their excess paper crafting supplies. So if you're anywhere near North Dakota, it is well worth a road trip. And just a plug, if any of you are my customers, ordered within the last 6 months, you can shop the pre-sale, which is Friday night, June 14th at 5 o'clock. So you do have to have placed an order with me and be a current customer. So that's the deal for early shoppers, early bird shoppers on Friday evening. So that is coming up. We're getting ready, and yeah, people are marking their stuff, and we'll be setting up in a few weeks. Okay, I'm going to show Judith's projects first before I get to mine. And she chose the Thoughtful Wishes, I think, bundle. Thoughtful Journal. Anyway, this is the designer paper, but there's a stamp set that goes with it. So her cards, she did a few fun folds as well. This one is not, but she fussy cut some flowers and popped them up on this one. Okay, here, and that is the perennial postage dies. Here's another one with the perennial postage dies. I love the frame that she did on that one. Really adds to the scene. And here is a fun fold using the dies. Here's the same dies that she used here. And the neat thing about making one of these diagonal cards is you can make two, because once you cut this off, you can make it the other way or flip it. In this case, you could easily flip it. Okay, here's another fun fold. I have not seen this one before. So isn't that interesting? So this is a card base, and I don't know the size. I will be posting these on my blog later this week or next week. I'm not sure. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. So this is, an interesting fun fold. And then lastly, this one. It's called, I believe it's called a center pop-up card. So, and this is the card I'm going to make today. One of the card folds. So this is my more advanced card fold. I have a very easy one and a more advanced one, and I did make a template for this. So this is kind of what I followed for my template today, or my cards today. So the Thoughtful Journey is out of stock. It'll be back around May 27th. Okay. While I'm showing that, I have to show Annette gave me this card a month or so ago, and she made it the same fold without that center extra layer. So isn't that just adorable? So you send it like that, you open it up, and then you stand it up like that. So cute. Just love those roosters. Hey Chuck, I think it was. It did retire. This so cute, and she wrote on her little tags. Super cute. So that's that. And while I'm leading in, I'm going to show my team swaps, because I have to show Paula's card. This is another one. These people inspired me to do this fun fold. So this is Paula's, and she used the Unbounded Beauty and the stamp set that goes with that. I don't remember what's that called, but isn't that neat? So that's the same size, I believe, or similar to Annette's card. So that's one. Here is Ginny's card using the same paper and that template that I posted last week, Thursday. So we had a shoebox swap. So some long distance people sent their cards, and some we made their cards here. So this was Tracy's card, and she used the new Full of Life, and she left an extra one here. So I have two to share with you. Aren't they pretty? Very vibrant. And then we have Jana's card. She used the Cheerful Daisy set. So pretty. Multi-layers on hers. This is Lemon Lolly and Soft Seafoam colors. Okay, then we have Jackie's. Look at this one. This one uses the Trusty Tools, I think, something like that, and the Countryside Inn designer paper, I'm guessing. And Candy made this one with the Pretty Loveliest Tree and the Eyelet embossing folder. And look at her Wink of Stella on her tree. So that's Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, and Mossy Meadow. Kind of her colors, actually. Okay, this one was Rita's. She used the In Color designer paper, and that, I believe this isn't the brick. I don't remember what folder that is, but I think it might have retired. I can't remember. And then this one was Mary's. So very simple, using the two new In Colors, Summer Splash and Petunia Pop, with the same Unbounded Beauty that Paula used. So those were our swaps, our shoebox swaps and the mail-in swaps from my team. But I wanted to show, because of the fun folds, that is one I'm making. Oh, another plug, I'm still continuing my ribbon shares if anyone's interested. It is $9 plus some shipping. If you want one of these, let me know. It's 2 yards of each of the in colors. So this will be probably ending by the end of the month. I will not continue offering the ribbon share. So that's how that comes. All right, so I think I took care of the housekeeping items. Yeah, so free shipping. If you just joined me, free shipping today. Orders over $75. So yeah, great time to get in on all these in color items. So we're using the Wildflower Designs bundle. So I hold it at an angle so the glare doesn't get into your eyes, but some neat labels. This is pretty much why I ordered the whole bundle. I was just going to order the stamp set, and then I saw these, and I'm like, okay, I have to order these because I like the fun shape. Would you call it a diamond shape? I don't know what shape this is called. I suppose hexagon. But yeah, I used quite a few of these dies on these 2 cards that we're going to use to make. So this is also my swap that the gals made this weekend. So I combined our new Pretty in Pink with Lost Lagoon. I think it's a gorgeous color. Don't you think? Color combo. So, and it's just a little tiny bit of a fun fold. So this layer is smaller than the average. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and the Lost Lagoon layer is 8 wide by 5 1/4. So you score it 4. That's 8 wide by 5 1/4, and you score it 4 inches. And I textured with the Dashing Designs embossing folder. That's one of our new ones. Isn't it pretty? And it's actually pretty both ways. It's kind of almost like a stitching, but not. So that is the card. Now, my first card that I made with this, I didn't use the frame. So I'm going to be posting which do you prefer? Do you like the frame or do you like it without? It's a little cleaner without the frame, but a little more detail with the frame. So yeah, this is the one they made, and they could have left it off if they wanted to. So we're going to make this one today, and get my little pieces out. Okay, so what do you think of that stamp set? I love the greetings, sending happy thoughts. You've been on my mind, and thank you. So here's what I did with the inside. Okay, so I'll move that card away. And I did pre-texture it. Now, I do have a suggestion. When you're texturing this, I know a lot of people have trouble stopping at the score line, and they get a little bit more here. So what I suggest you do is have the excess on the top. For some reason, you can just see it easier. Insert that, and then hold it up so you can look at where the embossing stops on your score line, and you roll it through your die cutting machine like this. I know I teach you that you should always put the fold in first. That's for the health of your embossing folder, but now and then you can do some sideways without any damage. So I recommend doing it with the excess on the top, and it doesn't matter. You can roll it in this way too, but it won't fit this way on the average die cutting machine. So that's how I recommend getting an accurate texture on your piece here. Let me grab my bone folder, and I'm going to do the opposite side so I don't change any of the texture. Okay, so my pieces here, we'll see if that, yep, that fits. Now this paper is from the Unbounded Beauty, so it's one of the calmer, not quite the busy. They're not all busy. Like this one has, neither one is busy, but I tend to reach for the more less busy patterns. Even though I'm kind of a flower girl, I do like the less busy usually. So this is just a little bit below the, slide it up here. And I think I'm just a hair off on my, so I always turn it over so I can see how much to cut off. And it's just a hair. Okay. All right, now that can go on our card base. So it's kind of just a different fold, and super easy. So this project sheet will likely be posted either Monday or Tuesday. I try and do Mondays or Tuesday unless they have some kind of a promotion. But yeah, the project sheets have the photos and the measurements and the directions. And then it's also two-sided. You can print it two-sided, or the second layer or sheet has your products that I used. And then of course how to contact me. So that's the project sheets. They're posted on usually Mondays and Tuesdays of each week. Okay, so I like to put this on next just because it gives me, it's almost to the edge of the card. So it's pretty easy to get it straight and even. So I'm looking at the top. I can also gauge by that one how close they are, and then I'm also looking at my sides. And if it's a hair off, I'm okay with that. So because this is textured, maybe I didn't add quite enough glue, but I was trying not to add too much that it would seep out. Because this is textured, you do need a strong glue for a good hold. And really, honestly, if you don't want to use your fingers, if you think that you're inky, turn it over, burnish on the other side. That's always the safest bet for getting good contact on your cards. Okay, so we're going to start stamping. And I have Lost Lagoon ink and Pretty in Pinking. Aren't they just beautiful together? I love them. I love the colors. We're going to start with our greeting. Hi everybody, welcome. Oh, and my greeting is in the other bin. Okay, you've been on my mind. I love this saying. It could be anything, right? Just a thinking of you, a hello, miss you, haven't seen you in a while, even to sympathy or illness. So I'm just cleaning that and I'll chamois off to the side. And that's it for this color. Then we will stamp our images. And yeah, this is the only one I need. And that is the smaller of the, I think they're dandelions. I don't know what you think, but I'm calling them dandelions. So we will go here. And then on the inside, it's always nice to add a little something. And then a little lower. There we go. Okay. Move my inks out of here. I already stamped and die cut that. I like to do things ahead of time, so my videos are a little bit shorter. Not taking so long. All right, let's add this to the center. And the measurements, like I said, they will be on my blog next week, Monday or Tuesday, flowerbug.net. That's where you want to go to get my free project sheets. And there's a whole category of free project sheets that you can download and print, download it, save, whatever you want to do. So I just tied a simple knot in my Pretty in Pink ribbon, and I want the knot to be the good side, of course. So I want it above that greeting. There we go. I'm not going to press too hard in case I have to move them, but they look pretty good. All right, so now for some dimensionals. And I found I don't like to add dimensionals where my knot is, because when it goes through the postage system, that will double. I'm adding quite a few more than I usually do. I'm not usually a big dimensional person, but this is an odd shape, and I feel like I need to get the points and whatnot. So, okay, so that's going to get popped up inside the frame. So how many of you have this bundle on your list? If you just joined me, they're the dies that go with it. And now we will add, I'm actually going to grab some, I like to use my edges. And I don't even cut them. All right. And here, I'm trying to avoid the center because that is where my little gem will be. And again, if I don't add a dimensional right where that gem is, it doesn't double layer the thickness for the postage. So these are the blooming pearls, very pretty. I could add a pink one, but I'm gonna do a green, I guess you'd say. Blue-green. I think both of these colors work. I don't know what the colors are on these, but I just go by what looks good to me. Okay, blooming pearls. They carried over from the spring catalog. Okay, I think that's it. We're done with that card. So Wildflower Designs with the frames. This die, let me pull that out, I'm just going to press that on, press that on that tape. But this little, it didn't really stick, did it? I think I've taken that piece on and off so many times. But this will cut the frame and the inside layer. So that's how that die works. You get both. Okay. And then this next card, I'm going to be using the inside layers here. Okay. All right, so first one done with project sheet. Just so you know, there's a free project sheet coming up with that card. Next, okay, we are going to do the center pop-up card. And I hope I don't mess up because I only have one piece to make. So I decided to feature the Country Woods designer paper because I just love it. I've always loved wood paper, and this pattern right here is my favorite. So I did it, chose that. So here's how it opens, like that. So what do you think? Isn't it pretty? So you can see those dies that I said I would be using on the inside. Now the front die is, do I have it here? Yes, I do. That's my favorite, and it is the Spotlight on Nature dies. So these circles. So this is a really good time to order these where you get free shipping. Once you get over $75, your shipping is free. So yeah, locals, let me know if you need anything at all price-wise. It does not matter. It'll be free shipping. But if you're ordering online, combine it with a friend or just grab a few things that get you over the 75 mark and you'll get free shipping. So dies are a great time to add that. I will say this Country Woods designer paper is in low inventory. So they don't tell us when they have it on low inventory how long it will be when they run out. So it could be weeks and it could be months. So we just don't know when they run out. That's just how it is. Okay, now this template. So this will be posted on my blog next week. And it is also in, so this is kind of how it folds. These pop up. Now the dash lines are score lines. The solid line, like the bottom and that one there, those are cut lines. So you can kind of see, you get this center pop-up. And then I added an extra layer onto that center pop-up. So it just adds a little bit more detail to it. You can do whatever you want on the front. But it is nice to have this designer paper match on both sides. All right, so I'm going to cut this in front of you and hope I don't mess up. We'll see. I don't usually do that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and score. Now these are the only two things I did ahead of time. This is 8.5 wide by 5.5 tall, and I scored 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. So that's what I did so far. Now, let's bring this in. And what you want to do next is cut from, I'm going to go over here, 1 1/8. This is the cut line I'm going to do right here. So if you turn this way, I'm doing this one. No, I'm going to do this one, sorry. So 1 1/8, and I always make sure that it's straight all the way up as I'm cutting. And you bring in your cutting blade and you get to that score line and you cut all the way to the next score line. Okay, then you turn it over, and I could use that side too, but I'm more comfortable using this one. So 1 1/8 at the score line. Okay, so from score line to score line. And those are the only cut marks that you need to do. Okay, now turn this back around. Now we need to cut, well, let's do the center cut. Now that's at 4 1/4 inches because it's half of the card. So I'm gonna get rid of my cutting blade, go to 4 1/4, bring my scoring blade. Now I'm only doing these two right here with my score. Lift it up and score. Okay, all right. So now we have these. Now we have to do these two. Now those are 1 inch from this line. Okay, so what I do then is I put this long score line at the 1 inch mark. You can see there's my 1 inch mark. Okay, and you can just follow that score line, that number 1 there. And then I also, like I said, I just make sure that this line is also straight. When you put your cardstock against the base, whether it's the top or the bottom, that gives you a firm, perfect line. Okay, there's 1 inch. And I'm going to flip this around and go 1 inch for this score line. Again, making sure that this is also straight. And 1 inch. Okay, that's it. So not too hard, was it? Just you gotta have a template, or you need to have a sample. So I firmly recommend, if you are going to want to make some of these, make a template like this. I mean, you can print mine off, but having one in hand and knowing where these raise and bend is invaluable. So there is our, I'm gonna make that a little bit firmer. Give it a good pinch. Okay, now our layers. Okay, so hopefully I have them all. There's a lot. There's a lot if you're going to cover. Now you would not have to add all of these pieces to here. I almost considered not putting them on there. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that they're actually, because every now and then I cut wrong, like many of you, right? We're just not perfect beings. And because my designer paper matches, this is Misty Moonlight, so perfectly, this doesn't show if it's not perfect. That was one of my goals, is to use this designer paper. So if I'm off a little bit, yeah, it doesn't show. So tone on tone is a great idea, because I think they're just a little bit wide. But the measurements, let's see, these are, did I put them on there? No, I don't think I did. I think they're 1 by 2, but I think the 1 should have been a little shy of that. Okay, let's do these. And they don't all match. This one was from another piece of paper, so I think I'm going to do that inside because it's not as obvious. These front are, that's going to be on the front because these are farther away. So I had to start on another piece of paper for this last piece here, so it didn't match as much. These are 2 inches by 5 1/4. Got a little close to the edge there, but I think I'll be okay. And honestly, they probably should be 1 7/8 by 5 1/4 to be more accurate. What do you think of the this pretty paper? I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm so busy. I have not been watching comments. I make it look so easy. Well, you know, I made one last night, so making another, and then I made the template today. So once you do a couple of them, it becomes a little easier. All right, so one thing I ran into a little trouble with when I put this on this card was it was so, well, you can kind of, can you hear it? It rubs. So it's really pretty tight. So I made this one a lot less tight, a little bit smaller, and it really doesn't matter what size it is as long as it pops up a little bit, right? Okay, and that will be glued only to this right here, not the sides, because then it wouldn't pop up, right? So you're going to basically center it. So I'll add my glue right here. And then center this, and like I said, I made it a little bit smaller so it does not rub. There we go. Make sure that that is even. And then this will be glued on, and it just fits. I really wanted to use that, this pretty scallop shape. Okay, this is Misty Moonlight with the Country Woods designer paper. I'll make sure it's straight. Okay, and this is going to be glued inside. That came out at the same time when I used that die. It cuts the inside and the outside. Okay, so this will be in the, and we'll do the Sending Happy Thoughts. So I want to show you, the Sending Happy Thoughts came out in one long piece, but it wouldn't fit. It was too long for this. It would just barely fit. So I decided to cut it. So when I cut it, I of course looked at it from the rubber side and just cut at a perfect angle. So if I want to, when I put that back in my case, it will go as one, but when I want to use it separately, I can. So this makes your images much more versatile when you cut them. I know it's hard for people to do that because you just don't want to do it. It's wrong, right? But man, it sure makes some images, and especially if it's a phrase like, you know, I don't know, wishing you hope. And you're like, well, I don't want hope. I want wishing you, but then you can save the hope for another time. So sometimes it's really smart to cut up your greetings. Okay, there's the happy thoughts. I'll just clean that in my chamois. And I couldn't put them on the block at the same time because it got too far away because of all the rubber. So that's why I'm doing them separately. And this way I can get this really nice and close, like it's one word. So isn't that pretty? So now when, I'm going to move that away, when I put them back in my case and on a longer block, it all makes one word again perfectly. So they're not quite touching, but you get the gist. So yeah, it's very easy to do. Okay, let's see, we'll do the front greeting, and I'm going to change it up because this card had the circle, and I thought I'm going to use one of these, the same thing, and see if I can make that work. Okay, so I think this is going to fit. Okay, we'll see which one we like better. All right, and I did already stamp these two pieces. So there's that inside. So we're going to pop this up. I could even do it this way, but I don't really know if I like the white on there. I think I like the peach or the petal pink. So we're going to stick with this same type of layout and add dimensionals on here. Oh, this was a previously used piece, I guess. The other side is stamped. Just adding some of my side pieces. Hopefully you use all of your dimensionals, the sides as well, because they work just as well as the centers. Get that centered. And I'm considering which one I want. This one may go on here. I'm just going to see. So I'm not going to put that on yet. So I'll go here, and I think I'm going to do that. But I did bring in, let's see, did I bring both? Nope, just brought, oh yes I did. So I have light pumpkin pie and dark petal pink here. So the dark pumpkin added a little more color than the, so I'm going to do just a little bit of that first, and then I'll blend it in with the dark petal pink. A little bit of fussy coloring, but this is matches the papers a little bit better than the pumpkin pie, but I really like the way that accents. So remember, you can combine your blends, different colors, actually is very pretty. And I'll be sharing some tips on that next week, where I'll be making one of my club cards and we use blends. So there we go on that. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of Wink of Stella for some shimmer. And the nice thing about Wink of Stella is you can kind of be a little bit sloppy, but it's not like glitter in your face, like, oh, she really went outside the lines. It does not show. Okay, we're gonna put this in the inside, just adding a little bit of glue on one side. And you know what? I'm going to add a little dimensional. I'll just tear off this piece right here. And so that supports this that's hanging off the edge. But to make it more even. Does that make sense? So I already colored that one with the Wink of Stella on the leaves, and the flowers have a little bit of the peach and pumpkin. All right, so now on here, you're only going to glue to one side. Well, I kind of like it like that. So you will add adhesive to one side. A little bit lower than center is, I don't know if it's as attractive to the eye as it is when it's a little bit off center. Okay, so now, you know, I'm gonna see if this is the side. Dimensional, because of the layers, will help. Yeah, that evens it out because this is layered right there. Now I do have my twine, because on the front of this one I added a little bit of twine bow. I'm not sure it's going to be appropriate here, but I might just tie a tiny little bow from one of the threads. This is, I think, divided. You can see it's very thick, but when you divide it into pieces, oh, I lost my end, totally lost the end. Okay, we'll start over. It's a little bunny ears bow. Okay. And pull those tight because I don't want a lot. I just want a tiny little bow. So maneuver them until you have small loops. We'll see if we like this. Oh, I do like it. Yes, it's a go, in my opinion. That's that little, I don't know, texture. So when I have this small of a bow, so I press it on my glue dot. Glue dots and ribbons or twine are best friends. Then I fold over those ends, because we ever had a card that the glue dot was too large and you ended up, it stuck to everything. Well, fold over your glue dots and you'll be a lot happier. Okay, then we could add, see this one, I added the Tinsel Gems 3-pack right here. I don't know if I need anything. I think I'm gonna leave it go. Well, all right, I'll add one to the center just to see. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, there is the cards that we did today. So which do you prefer? Do you prefer the round or the hexagon? They're both the same. Papers look a little bit different. But if you just join me, this template for this card will be posted on my blog, flowerbug.net, on Monday or Tuesday next week. So that would be the 28th, I believe, or 27th or 28th. So yep, follow my blog. Make sure you are signing up for updates. There's a little blurb on the right side column that says get email updates. That's what you want to do if you want to get notified on my videos, on my project sheets. I post 5 days a week. So here's the back, just so you can kind of see, and then that folds right in to be the front. So it's really a cool card. I'm very grateful for my talented friends and team members who have sent me one. So if you just joined me, the other project that we did is this one. So a very simple fun fold. We go from simple to a little bit advanced. Is that really advanced? I'm not sure. Like the hexagon better? Okay, awesome. All right, thank you everybody. And don't forget today's free shipping. So use a host code if you're ordering with me. That's my shop link. And add a host code and you'll get a gift from me if the order's over $50. All orders over $75 today only receive free shipping. So it's a great deal. So don't waste the day in the deal. All right, take care, and I will see you next week on Tuesday Live. All right, thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.